This podcast is brought to you by Emotional Damage. One word, one sentence, one phrase that would summarize this Zoom for you. Trust.
Genuine. Organization, trust, and sales equal success.
Hey, I love that. And then to end, I would like to say that my conclusion that came, the reason I picked trust, because it was just originally it was going to be sales, organization. The reason for trust is that I was brainstorming and then I came up with what is trust? Why is trust the key to success? Trust. And then furthermore, what is trust? How do you develop trust? You develop trust by keeping small promises over time.
Nicely said.
Yes. That's all me. That's all me. Nobody trademark small promises over time. Josias experience. All right. Here's how I like to start. I just like to give you guys a framework from my mind palace to yours, hopefully, if you want to take it. It's basically like a way to see the interaction we're gonna have. There's a planet. Think of planet Earth. On the outside, you can see the red. I mean, not the red. You can see the green and the blue from the outside. That's the surface. That symbolizes superficiality. It symbolizes the masks that we can wear on the outside. Then as we take a shuttle and we go inside the planet, we can find an ecosystem. We have clouds. We have where humans live, and that could symbolize our existence, where most people live. And then if we go to the core, to the center, we'll find the core, which can represent the seat of consciousness or the seat of the soul, which is the deepest level we can go. Our objective today is to start superficial and then go deep as we can go, and then go back and leave the planet with the gold that we're gonna mine. If we're gonna get to the gold mine, we got to get to the ecosystem, and then we have like a farm, we have a garden, we have a house. The garden represents emotions, the house represents actions, the farm represents thoughts. Under the farm, there's a gold mine. This gold mine, we have the entrance, then there's a part where we find the vein of gold, and then that will lead us to the gold reserves. Today, we're going to be mining for gold. We're going to be searching for great ideas in this conversation. Let me just pin myself real quick. Thank you everybody for being a part of this. Jeneé all the way from So AF. Meenakshi all the way from India. And then this is surprising. There's two Vero Beach people. They're right here in my town. So if there were spies that they were looking for me, I mean, they have no problem finding me out here. I'm not hard to find.
Same here. I'm not hard to find either.
So let's say the last part of this is this. It's once we collect the gold, then we have to find a way to make it useful. And this is the way I like to envision this. We have golden pellets like the ancient Aztecs or the Indians or the Africans used to do. They take golden pellets and they smelted them together to create jewelry. And that's what we aim to do today. Take the raw pieces of gold, thoughts, ideas, and bring them together cohesively into a beautiful collar or ring or Rolex watch, whatever you want to make. Alrighty, here's the outline. We're gonna start with trust, but a quick check-in here. We'll do like a minute to 2 minutes for each of you. A quick check-in. What's one moment this week where you trusted yourself or somebody else? And then optional micro breath work. Okay, so if you know about breathing or breath work, like while we do this, I would like the rest of you to do some breath work if you're feeling anxious or whatever, or if you just need to get grounded. Do like a square breathing where you do like inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. And you do that. If you feel, I know Janie, she's over there hiding in the camera. She's like over there. So, alrighty. So let's start with Luke. Luke, what's one moment this week or this year or whatever? Just think of an example where you trusted yourself or somebody else.
All right. So an example that comes to mind for me first is a really big and pivotal moment, which was back in February. Me and the rest of the SGA team went to Tallahassee to advocate for certain issues, and so on that day when we were able to talk to these politicians and these people, we had to extremely trust each other. We had to extremely connect with each other, because we had to basically be bouncing off of each other in our talking points and what we wanted to say to the representative and the senator. It was Representative Dana Travolta and Senator and Senator Gil Harrell, state senators, by the way, for the state of Florida. And so it was really important that we all trusted each other and made sure that we all had everything we wanted to say down, and it worked out amazing. And trust is really important, because success is not a skyscraper. Success is a mountain. It's a hill. We don't succeed by ourselves. We succeed when everyone around, when we all work together and we all build something amazing. And I think that's something that today is going to be about as well. So I thank you so much for allowing me to be here today.
Beautiful, yeah. And there's one thing that I like to mention about the dynamic of this Zoom. We have multiple generations here. We have, and then the rapper KRS-One said in a video, he was talking about how if we have like how young people move faster among younger people if they hang with older people, and older people move faster among older people if they hang with younger people. And that's because younger people have new knowledge, older people have ancient knowledge, or let's say wisdom. When you bring those two together, that's why it's good to have people in different generations and different ages. All right, let's go to Billy Joe.
Speaking of such things, I trusted my mentor to get into AI as part of, and she's an older person, however, she's a super techie kind of person, and has revamped my business and how I do it. It made me much more efficient and much quicker at developing products and stuff for helping people. That trust, that just because it'd be easy for me, I'm a 60-year-old man, to say, what would somebody younger than me have to contribute to me? However, I've been around technology a long time also. However, AI seemed a little intimidating, even to me. And she said, just trust me. Just go do these little prompts and see how you get responses. And because I have trust with her, I said, okay, I'm going to do this. And, there's a learning curve and all that. So I had to trust that I wasn't wasting my time, so to speak. Turns out I was wasting my time doing it the old way. That if I want, for example, in my business with health and wellness, I've read 300 and some books. Sometimes I know the information, however, I want to know where I found that information. And I know it's in one of like 3 or 4 books. I can go to AI, or almost any good AI, and ask for a 3-page summary of that book. And almost always the knowledge is in one of those 3-page summaries that I can have in a few minutes of all of them. And then I can take and use that knowledge so that I can back up my point in a video I'm about to shoot, and have that knowledge as part of the footnotes, so that my people, when they want to know more, know exactly where to go to get the information I got, so that they can accelerate their own learning without me having to teach like I'm a PhD professor, which allows me to be much quicker, much faster, and much more efficient for trusting the younger generation and what's coming from that area. Another place I had trust this week was I was part of a team for Tony Robbins for the whole week on personal development stuff. I had to trust my team had my back. There's like 6 of us in a room with a few hundred people in there, and those people are trusting us to take care of them, to make sure all of the little dynamics work right with the sound and all that other stuff. Because we have trust, there's no power dynamics. Power dynamics dissipated. I mean, they're not even there. They don't even show up. I guess they didn't dissipate. They just don't show up. Because we trust each other. We just get things done. The clients, the people who paid Tony for that seminar, are all accelerating forward, learning about themselves, getting a better life, And in the process, we get to see their development. It's many of us had a huge breakthrough for ourselves because we saw somebody break through for themselves, and it happened to be parallel to something we needed to break through for ourselves. So in that trust, we all benefited.
Excellent. All right. Well, from that, I think a great segue would be to go to Jeneé at the Manor. Jeneé Mock.
Hello.
By the way, guys. I messaged Jeneé. The first time I ever talked to her was yesterday on LinkedIn, and then she said, "I'll be available for next week." So I sent her a link for today, and then she's like, "Well, I'd rather do it next week, but if you need me tomorrow, I'll be there." And I was like, "I need you." And she's like, "Okay." And she showed up.
Yeah, I got your back. You can trust me.
You're earning my trust, like, so quick.
Yeah. Well, listen, trust for me it's a really massive part of my journey, and that trust is actually the trust within myself. So trusting my voice, trusting my gut, trusting my heart, trusting my head. And I do find a lot of the time that most of us don't trust ourselves enough, and we actually land up repeating lessons and cycles, so inevitably we sabotaging ourselves. So trust is something that everybody mislooks because it starts with you. So if you speak of trust, it's a big thing, because if you are unable to trust yourself, how can you then trust in anybody else? It's the same as love. I want to share a story with you with regards to trust. So I had to make a really big decision a couple of weeks ago, and that decision had to do with the partner that I was with. It was an unexpected twin flame, and we were great together, but I needed to make this decision to stay or to leave. And this is where the trust comes in, because I actually asked my spirit guides, my angels, my ancestors, my higher self, source, you can call it whatever you want to, but I asked for a clear sign and a clear message in order for me to make this decision, because I needed to trust in the decision I was making. It was a very big decision, life-changing. I said, if I stay, can you please show me all the sunflowers? I just want to see sunflowers showing up. Then I know that's the answer. If I must leave, please show me roses. So it's two different flowers, and that was my question with regards to trusting myself. I now see a friend of mine who comes after seeing another friend of hers with a napkin that this friend had rolled and folded into the shape of a rose, and she gave me the napkin. So after that engagement, I landed at going somewhere that was called the Tuscan Rose. As I walked into the place, there was just roses. Then I was led to this mansion, and the bedroom that I stayed in that night had rose patterns on the mosquito net of the bed. And the owner of the house came to me and gave me a cup of coffee in a mug with roses on it. So I was able to clearly see that the answer was roses. I need to leave. So to go back to the trust, I think if you can deeply connect with yourself and truly trust yourself enough, then everything in life will just fall into place as it should. So, like Luke said, he needed to have complete and utter trust in his team with regards to decisions that they were making. It's a huge thing that I think a lot of people, we don't trust each other. And it's a real problem in some areas. So I think it's a great topic to get onto, and you can go quite deep with it.
Absolutely. And then, by the way, you have roses in your wallpaper.
I do, don't I?
Yeah.
So it's constant reminders.
Yeah.
So listen, the roses have been showing up since I asked that question, and lovingly, we are not together anymore. But again, it's in the most harmonious way, because he understands that I need to trust my own intuition. And if we do come back together later on in life, then it's meant to be. But right now, it can't.
Okay, you broke up with somebody.
Yes, exactly.
It's like,
but just with trust, it's quite something.
but is it that's interesting how whenever like we're trying to like thread water and like because whenever something is fresh like that it's like we're trying to find a way to kind of explain it to ourselves and to them and to others. So I get it, no worries, and I'm sure everybody else here gets it as well. uh
It's actually profound because she trusted herself. Her twin flame was able to trust her decision and know that it's truly the best for the both of them instead of going into the but you need to stick around type of stuff that would normally happen in that kind of a situation. We are twin flames, we belong together, and all the justification. Because there's true trust between the two of them prior to her decision, prior to her sign, this time to move on, the trust allows things to flow instead of being discordant.
Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to start encouraging you guys to start writing your ideas on the chat. That way we can have a more dynamic conversation. We can have we can have the conversation here, and then if you go to the chat, you can write down if you got any ideas or stream of consciousnesses that you want to put down on the chat, and that way we can also I can even use that to help guide the conversation even in a more interesting way, whatever. All right, let's go to Janie from Vero Beach. Hi.
Okay.
Oh wait, before you go, I just want to so based on Jeneé, like, so now we're gonna split trust. We're splitting trust into self-trust, trust for others, and then she also mentioned spiritual trust in spirituality. Back to you.
Well, I could fall in all three of those places because, like, my slogan, my company is actually called "I Walk by Faith and Not by Sight." A lot of people really don't know, but I am legally blind, and I am a single mother with an autistic child.
So literally, you're walking by faith, not by sight. Literally.
Literally, that is my lifeline story.
Wow.
And for me to actually, and I am also a graphic designer.
What?
Yes, I'm a graphic designer. I graduated from Indian River State College with my bachelor's degree from graphic design. I actually was in contact with Adobe themselves to help me with accessibilities to work with the computer to actually get through my program and actually graduate, where I actually created my children's books to actually pursue my business.
So what do you do, voice to picture? What do you do, voice to picture? Like, how do you design?
No, it's an actual children's book. It's a board book. It has Braille on it, and it's for blind parents to read, to teach to their sighted kid, because I'm the one who's legally blind and my son is sighted. And the reason why I created this is because also I have a rare eye disease, and we weren't sure if my child was going to be born with it or not. And I wanted to prepare him for the just in case. So therefore, because my eyesight didn't deteriorate until I was in my late mid-20s. So, and it happened out of nowhere. No one knew about it. It's not around in my family. So I was just like, why me? And it happened unexpectedly. So I was like, for me to get my son prepared for it, just in case if it happens to him, let's do it. This is how I could do it. And also there were resources for me as a blind parent to help teach my sighted kid, because I fall in the gray area where because I'm legally blind, I'm the only one who could get resources. My son isn't blind, so he can't get resources from Division of Blind Services. Like if I wanted things for like baby toys or something like that so I could play along with him, I couldn't get those because my child wasn't legally blind. It's the adult. So that's how that fell in place with me. And I decided to go ahead and create these children's books that help parents like me that fall in the gray area to have that bonding, to want to read to your child, to want to teach your child, to build that trust to go on and do this. And to be honest with you, I have no clue exactly where my business is going and how far I'm going to get it, but I'm just keeping my faith up as small as a mustard seed. And so far I have gone as far as I could, and I think I'm still flying high with it.
Wow, faith small as a mustard See, it's in the Bible. I'm actually in a similar place. I didn't formally introduce myself. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Josias. I live in Vero Beach currently, but I have traveled to 38 countries, 28 in Europe, 10 in the continent of America. I am a big fan of the Tony Robbins community. I belong to it. I actually volunteer, same as Billy Joe's. And my industries have been petitioning. I've been working on political campaigns for over 10 years, collecting signatures for different political issues. And then I transitioned into roofing and storm restoration sales. I'm a storm chaser where I help homeowners with their roofing claims and all that jazz. Now I am in a place where I realized that I was in a place where I was burnt out, and then I kept repeating this pattern of after getting burnt out, I would go travel and spend everything I had and then go back to broke and then have to work really hard and then repeating this cycle over and over. This podcast, in part, the reason for it is I'm doing soul searching and looking for answers to why or and also how and where do I go from this point where I'm not gonna keep repeating that and I'm gonna be able to have a consistent growth in my life. Meenakshi, let's go to you.
And I think that's really important that we do that soul searching, and that we take that time to figure out what do we want out of this life. I love how you you said that, and I think in my role, I get a lot of people that come up to me, not knowing where to go, because a lot of people currently don't know where to go right now, because whether it's like a job market right now and whatnot, people are looking for where's my place in all of this, and so. And I think the answer to that question is for me is that it's in a community. That answer for me is I'm not just myself, but I'm also connected with all of these other incredible people who build me up and make me better and better as I go in this life. And so that's just my personal answer, and I hope that helps you as well. And in that community, I'm also determined to help people, so that helps me find my footing as well, because helping people is just incredible, because you see that impact, and you see the way that people change and grow, because everyone is so special and so unique in their own ways, that it's that giving them the chance to let that flourish and let that shine as it should is incredibly important.
Excellent. Meenakshi, follow that up. Let's end the trust. After this, we'll move on to organization, how we can organize the concept of trust.
I'm completely derailed from the conversation. What would you want me to talk about? The trust or the questions that you're looking the answers for?
This is the first round, so it's completely free. I need you to trust yourself right now to guide the conversation to the next step.
Yeah. So, I think I had a similar experience just like you. I was in a corporate job and I did not know actually what's the purpose that I am doing the job. I was doing the job because I was told that this is the script. After you graduate, you have to work because you have to manage your own bills and expenses. And I was just trying to find the purpose in my job. I was trying to find that perfect team, perfect boss, and when it never worked out, I used to switch. And that switching cycle became so intense that people would be scared to hire me, that she's going to quit was the reason she has changed so many organizations. So I also stopped there. I realized that I am changing organization and I have problem. Probably I am the problem and I need to look for my solutions. And also, if I talk about trust, not being able to trust people is an unbalanced heart chakra where from childhood, probably your caregivers or your family, where you were expecting them to trust your emotions, they did not validate your emotion. They questioned your beliefs, what you believe in. And when the series of events happen where you are not trusted, then probably you don't want to show that vulnerability. And as a result, your brain builds this defense mechanism where you don't stop trusting people. Because if you're not trusting people, what we are doing? We are doubting people. And when we are doubting people, we are constantly in a fear that at some point of time, the person is going to attack me. So I'm always on my guards. I'm always in a defensive mode. And when we are in defensive mode, when we are in fight and flight, there can be no creative conversation. There can be no collaboration. Pretty much no communication, because if I am not trusting, I will be defending entire time, and that conversation slowly would turn into an argument. Because in order to make sure that you are in a creative conversation, in a constructive conversation, both people have to put equal trust. Because the thing about trust is either it's 100% or it's 0. You have to meet at 100% or just find your own ways, find some non-verbal ways to communicate. So that's what I believe now, that the more trust you give, the more trust you will get. If you are a trusting person, that's only one time the person will be able to betray you. But if you're not trusting people, you will be in constant fear of being mistrusted or being cheated. So living in that fear is even worse than being cheated on. So from now on, what I do is not live that fear situation, rather trust people and get over with it. So that's my new learning that I've been following from this year onwards specifically. I trust my mentors, I trust my friends, people who I collaborate with, and trust my own self. I just go for it.
When I joined network marketing at 21, I heard a phrase that I stuck with me to this day, and that is, before you sell anybody else, you have to sell yourself. Before I could sell and I actually wrote a song, and it goes like, before I could sell anything, I had to sell me to me, and that was the greatest close I ever did. And that's, if you were to take that and then take sales as an end product, it all starts with organizing thoughts and trusting yourself. Like, I sell myself that I trust myself. Who can follow that up?
I think I would love to follow that up, especially with kind of sales and for sales, a lot of the purpose of sales in my view is giving people access to resources and how those resources work. So when we talk about trusting ourselves and selling that trust to ourselves, it's us allowing ourselves to grant access to trust in who we are and and the recognition of ourselves. So it's incredibly important. And once you have that trust in yourself, suddenly you're gonna go into your life, into whatever you're pursuing, healthier, stronger, and being able to put that trust into others. Because if you don't trust yourself, something I've learned personally is that if you don't trust yourself, other people aren't going to trust you. They're gonna see that they're gonna see kind of, you're paranoid. If you're paranoid, they are gonna notice that. And so that's something that I work on myself, making sure that I'm trusting myself so that I can go ahead and trust the people around me.
How you like that? Hey.
I love that. Absolutely. Yeah. I feel so connected now. I love that.
I was muted the whole time, but I said it's so cool because we each have a chair. But my head is so much bigger than yours. Why is your head so small? You look like you fit in the chair perfectly.
I am. I'm a
Maybe
little.
I should move back. Oh, look there, look. No, I fit in the chair.
Oh, I love that. Yay.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's it. I like it. But now when someone's speaking, should we turn our head as though we're looking at them, do you think?
You could. I mean, we could definitely play with it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's like,
I
hey.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I can also change, like, let's say if I could change. I don't know, can you guys see this where I just changed two people?
Oh, you turned. Oh, you swapped. Now we're sitting together.
Yeah, I'm with Jeneé right now. I'm gonna
Pretty cool.
yeah, I'm gonna put myself in the middle and I'm gonna surround myself with the ladies here. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
This is great. This is great.
More organized now. I have to
Now it's very organized.
See, this is organization. Okay.
Yes.
So let's revisit the key insights here. We have trust as the foundation for all influence. And on Wednesday, we reviewed that sales is a service, not pressure. Structure, because you're basically convincing somebody to get something that hopefully they already need or that they already want. They just need to make up their damn mind about it, you know? Structure can be sacred. Organization, structure, like two words, very similar words, like they mean almost the same thing. Masculine, feminine, balance in client conversations. What do you think about that? Masculine, feminine, if we're talking about from the spiritual sense. Go ahead, Jeneé.
Okay, so it was a random encounter. So I was in Durban and I went into, it's called the Pearls Hotel, which is one of the most elaborate hotels to stay in that part of the province. And the manager I was speaking to, so he was showing me one of the rooms, what the suites look like, and to go to the masculine and the feminine. So he was a man. So masculine and feminine we are supposed to reach a state of balance of the two energies within ourselves. He was very masculine, but he was very in touch with his feminine energy, which is something that I could pick up. So while we were speaking, he was trying to sell me the room to stay in, and I was trying to get to know him a little bit better so that he wasn't so salesy with me. It was more an interaction and engagement with a potential customer or client. He ended up sharing with me that he makes bonsai trees and he makes beaded, like, structural ornaments. And we got into that conversation, which he then showed me images and photos of the things that he's made, and he actually had one in the hotel. So I do believe that bringing the two energies together when it comes to sales, it is something that should be worked on, because it isn't something that comes naturally to anybody to have both those energies prevalent. I wanted to go back to that hotel just because of him opening up more of his feminine energy or feminine side with me. I hope that makes sense.
Does anybody want to follow that up?
I have a similar thing, kind of a spin on it. When our energies are in harmony, we get something that's more like a symphony than the cacophony of all the instruments playing at once. So what she was speaking of is she felt a harmony with him being okay with his feminine and still being a man. Because when we're in relationship with others, we all have the feminine and the male energy in us. Now, how we express our primary energy is our choice. However, to deny the balancing or harmonious other energy leaves us in that place, that, for lack of a better way to say it, a toxic place. Not toxic masculinity, but just a toxic place, period. When we acknowledge all of our energy and move forward with it and trust that our wholeness brings more, like that man helping her with the looking at the hotel room, etc. There's more trust involved, and that leads to going into sales leads to a inclination to say, maybe this is for me, versus when there's lack of harmony. When you, for example, in sales, if you're trying to sell somebody something that they maybe don't know they need, they can feel that discord. Their intuition tunes into that. However, when you're in true harmony, they get to look for themselves and make their own decision and decide that, yes, what you're selling is for them. And now you've served them. and help them overcome a challenge or get the thing they want or need. And now everybody's in harmony, and the exchange of the money is just part of the harmony. It's not a twisted arm kind of, you need this, that maybe leads to buyer's remorse later.
There's a phrase that they say in sales trainings, and it's basically that people do business with people that they like, trust. Is that the
like and trust? But they know, like, and trust.
They know, like, and trust. Yes, they know, like, and trust. Yes.
However, you don't have to build that. If you just show up knowing what you're doing is congruent and good, and show up fully, like and trust comes almost instantly. We've all bought from somebody we didn't really know. We don't know their spiritual life. We don't know their married life. We don't know anything about them hardly. But we had a like and a trust and a knowing that came from them standing groundedly in their own conviction that what they have to offer is truly best for you. It really fits you.
So if I like and trust myself and I know my subject, then that's the frame we need to transfer. Because the other phrase from sales trainings that I know is sales is belief transfer or frame transfer, where I'm transferring my frame over to you, Janie.
About the whole trust with femininity and masculinity, is what we're still talking about? Sorry, because I was trying to type and my computer was talking to me.
Oh, no. So basically, we're talking about, we were on the feminine, masculine, and then people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And then Billy said that before you trust, or sometimes you don't even have to go that far or create all that, because then if you actually like and trust yourself, and you know, and you know your stuff, you know your sheet, then all you have to do is transfer that frame, transfer that belief.
And yes, I honestly do believe that 100%, because I would be considered like the transparent kind of person. When people actually see me and hear my story, it's a whole nother thing. Like, wow, I cannot believe it. Like, you actually do this, you do that. Yes, I am a single mom, and no, I am not homebound with my son. We do everything. We are everywhere. As far as even me crossing the streets, I am not afraid to cross the street with my son. With a cane, I walk with a cane. I am literally like very independent. So it's like when someone actually sees this and they see everything that you're doing and everything that you push forward to, they was like, you know what? I like this. I love this. If she can do this, I know I can push forward and I can persevere just like you. Like, sky's the limit beyond that. Like, I can do it too. So it gives the person hope.
Excellent. All right, let's go to Meenakshi.
If I talk about the yogic philosophy about masculine and feminine energy, so we don't say masculine and feminine energy, it's mostly like how we call it as Shiva and Shakti. So what I would say rather, sales is closed by both the energies, where Shiva is focus, strategy, clarity, and doing that mindset. However, Shakti, the feminine energy, is about nurturing the mind, making that connection, showing empathy where required, and that emotional closure which is required in this. So it's 50-50%. Some people are logic, some people think about what will I gain. In that case, you can operate from your Shiva energy, from your masculine energy, no problem with it. But when it comes to coaching, healing, and where people are looking for some transformation, there we might have to tap into their emotion. And for that, we will have to connect with them. We'll have to nurture a client for a bit before they trust us. So that, and definitely it's a belief transfer, but what belief we should transfer? What is the certainty person is looking for? Unless we give the person that emotional space to safely answer those questions for us, I won't be able to give that belief transfer. Because for me to transfer something to you, you should have be open to receive it. No matter how much I'm trying to give you, if you are closed for receiving, so I won't be able to transfer that belief. So for that, I have to provide that safe space so that I can make that connection first. And that's exactly how we can close sales, both using our masculine and feminine energy.
Jeneé.
I'm busy typing.
I see that.
I'm muted at the same time.
I see that.
Yes. Oh, do you want me to just elaborate with what she just said, or
Yeah, and what you,
continue
basically what I'm doing is I'm going to the chat. So basically, you said,
Oh, okay, amazing. Yeah. So while she was speaking, just on the emotion that you are selling people emotion, it's 100% true. So whatever you are trying to sell, it's about whatever service or product you are selling, what emotion is the customer going to gain from that specific service or product. So with the masculine and the feminine energy still a topic, and emotion, I do believe that the two come together in order for you to have authenticity and authentic emotion. So if you are selling me let's say you are selling me and you're telling me that I'm going to be able to change my whole body and shape of my body within 2 weeks, you make me feel as though I've already accomplished the result, then I will buy into the service that you're providing. But authenticity in delivering that service or product is also going to aid in you making the sale. So if you don't believe in what you are selling, then you're not going to make your customer believe it either.
Let's go to Janie real quick for reflection. She's got to leave. So, Janie, just give us a reflection of the conversation so far, and then yeah, we'll continue on after.
I agree with everyone on how, the masculine and the feminine side do have to coexist when it comes to, even interacting with people, because I'm like that. I actually feel like I wear both hats very well. One of my funny stories of where I literally shown my masculinity was my son had a Father's Day breakfast thing at his school. His father's not part of his life, so I dressed up like his father. I had mustache, a beard, I had tattoos, I pulled my hair back, braided some type of way, and I showed up. And no one knew that it was me. No one knew I was his mom. They actually, until afterwards, and I was like, I am the mom. And they were just like, oh my goodness. And it's just the thing of showing up and being there, and for people to actually see, okay, you know what, you're trying, everything that you're doing works. Wearing that hat and interacting with people and being proud of exactly of what you're selling and what you're doing and what you're trying to represent yourself as out there, that's what actually gives a person a golden eye. They don't even have to know you. Just sometimes just hearing your story and just be like, you know what, I love this. I would like to even do something or be a part of it, because this is something that is truly worth of.
Do you have a picture
Of what?
of you and a mustache?
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wanna? Can you share it, or what we can do is I'm gonna start a Facebook group afterwards for a chat, so you could put it there if you don't have time, because you let me know.
Okay, well, I'll send it to you on LinkedIn.
Okay, and are you on Facebook as well or no?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes,
we'll connect on Facebook, and then I'll add you to the group as well.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Janie.
You're welcome.
All right, if you want to post your links down here so people can find you if they want to connect with you, go ahead. Yeah, and again, for all of you, if you guys want to post your links on the chat as well, that way, if anybody wants to connect with you, they can as well. So, all right, so who wants to follow that up? I think I'll say a quick comment. There's masculine and feminine, if we're gonna follow that thread, and then we'll move into, because we're in the last 30 minutes here, we'll move into what's the useful thing that we can take from this conversation. Masculine, feminine. What does that mean? Masculine, feminine. We have the male, female. We have a
Sun and moon.
Sun and moon. We have
Yin and yang.
Yin and yang.
Yin and yang. Man. The what?
Shiva and Shakti.
Shiva and Shakti. We have random calls coming in. I have this girl who's married, and she keeps calling me. I don't know why.
It's because you Joe.
You're the man.
Yeah, I'm like.
Cowboy hat. That's why.
Get your
Don't
style,
ask
baby.
why. You know why.
Oh my god.
Masculine is coming out hardcore.
It's
Feminine is magnetizing towards it.
Oh my god, you're making me blush.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so how can we tie in the masculine feminine to Oh, I think okay. So here's one thing I'd like to add before I pass it on, and that is that on Wednesday we were talking about masculine and feminine as well, and then we mentioned that like the feminine, there was a few girls on the Zoom, and then they were talking about how during their sales process it's kind of hard for them to maneuver that side of their business because they're more feminine, and then it's hard for them to achieve structure and organization, tangibility, where instead of saying, oh, I hope that maybe I will attract like a customer, hopefully if the moon aligns with the stars and the Cancer and Capricorn and blah blah blah, you know, I basically told them this is like, okay, let's go. This is a simple framework, and it kind of blew a few of them away. Where like this is the framework. It's you collect a lead. A lead is a person that you may just met, a stranger or somebody who could be a possible prospect. That's the lead. Then you go from lead to a prospect. A prospect is somebody that's already, that now they're interested, or they know and they like and they trust you. Maybe they're in your warm market. It could be a cold market. But now they go from a lead to somebody that's more qualified. And then once the person is qualified as a prospect, now begins the part where they can go from prospect to client. So who wants to go into that? How do we, like, going from lead to prospect to client? Go ahead, Billy Joe. Okay, trust, all right.
I think that when somebody shows up fully authentically themselves, whether they're female or male, that bridges the gap instantly. Some of the best salespeople I know are very, very feminine women. A few of them are very feminine gay men. It's just only just because of numbers, not because it's a lesser. There's some of the best salesmen I also know are powerfully masculine men who just show up fully authentic. Not like they're forcing you to buy or organize it so that you will get manipulated into buying. They just show up and they allow their authenticity to communicate well with the other person. Also, in that same regard, you can have instantaneous trust when the handoff is correct. I watch coaches from the Tony Robbins organization who the 350 people in a room have never met this person who's the quote coach, trainer is the title. Yet they spill their guts to this total stranger about some of the most soul-wrenching situations, and they reach into their soul because they trust themselves enough and they're training enough to actually help that person, and that person is now sold on buying the next program, and they're not actually out to sell them the next program. They're just sold that what they're getting for what they paid is going to help them, and because of that they believe in themselves enough to move forward and make a decision in their life that actually benefits them. So when we come from our completeness as male and female, I know I'm a man. I identify as a man. I am very masculine in a lot of ways. However, I also have a strong feminine energy that allows me to reach into the soul of somebody who's harmed or hurting or addicted and help them move forward with empathy. That it's a very feminine energy to come from full empathy and to trust that the feminine energy in me is okay to feel them so that I can be better with them. And that helps them move forward with the decision they need to make for themselves. Not the decision I want them to make, but the decision that's best for them. And if that happens, any sale that happens in that is divinely orchestrated so that everybody benefits, not just the salesman. And that's where true sales happen. I mean, Joe, you're an example of this right here. You didn't have full trust of Jeneé. She barely met you just a few days ago via LinkedIn. There's maybe a handoff where you have some common friends where she goes, oh, this guy's kind of a good guy, but she doesn't know you. When you and I met, I didn't know you. I just was invited to your podcast. However, the more we interact, the more I know, like, and trust you. However, the know, like, and trust was there to start with because of how you showed up. It's just genuine and fully. And that allows for these flows and these dynamics and these conversations to go places that are moving to the audience. When the audience is moved, the audience is now benefiting.
Jeneé, you mentioned trust,
Yes.
and then, yep.
Just can you guys give me 1 second? Someone's just knocking at the door, and then I'll come back and I'll tell you.
No, you're forbidden from the door, Jeneé.
Okay.
She doesn't, never listens to me. Damn.
Well, I can kind of
Go ahead.
I can kind of add on my two cents to this. I think empathy is essential with this, and something I learned from the Student Life Office, which is kind of the organization that the student government is under is that you have to meet people where they are, and so I think when we talk about differences in kind of
interruption.
oh my god.
Who's
This is Mason. This is my son.
is saying Mason? Is he a Freemason?
He's a Freemason.
I knew it.
He's run away now.
The mansion, the flowers, the son's name. I bet you have mason jars there somewhere too.
They probably are. Listen, I wanted to start a business with him, so with Mason, and get mason jars with sourdough inside, so that people can start making their own sourdough bread, learn how to make their own bread. It's healthy. You're not spending money on putting terrible things into your body. So that was an idea, a business idea to do with him, because his name is Mason.
Mason. Shout out to Mason.
Sorry, Luke, I interrupted.
Oh no, you're all good. You're all good. Where was I?
So rude, Jeneé. Damn.
I came in, eh?
These South Africans, oh my god, they think they can just pirate everywhere, it's...
I know, we can just do whatever we want.
Jesus, Luke, go ahead, Jeez, please forgive Jeneé.
No worries, the kid is so adorable, so adorable, and I hope the best for Mason.
Jesus, Jeneé, why you always do this? Oh my god.
Sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you.
Yes.
See-
Love it.
Just because Billy Joe said that, we can forgive you.
Okay, thank you.
Actually, I got that from Master Co. I'm
I know.
sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. And he adds, be blessed to that silently. Because it completes the prayer.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah.
It's Ho'oponopono for those who don't know.
Okay, now everybody stop interrupting Luke, everybody. Alright, good.
You're all good. You're all good. Good. I'm enjoying the conversation, but empathy really is essential, especially in sales. And when we're talking about kind of gender in relation to like sales and kind of this masculine and feminine energy, I'm a very masculine person, but also I think people kind of say that kindness and empathy is this feminine trait, but I also believe that it's that being kind is stronger than being mean. There's a masculine way to be kind. You know what I mean? Like there's a way that that kindness is not just feminine. It can also be masculine too. Because when you have that empathy, and when you stand up for people in a way, in that way of kindness, and having that empathy for people who aren't as fortunate as you may be, that's something that's really important and defines your character and defines your strength as well. And that relates to sales, because something I learned from the Student Life Office, shout out to them, is you have to meet people where they are sometimes. When some people are a lot shyer and a lot less comfortable with people than say you or me, Joe, and really important to kind of maybe lower your voice a little bit, or slow, or have that conversation of just getting to know a person before you even go into the sales pitch. A lot of mistakes that people make is just wanting to go straight to the sales pitch. But sometimes you got to get to know a person and have that personal connection before you really get into the prepared 30 seconds that you spent all this time preparing. So that's something that's really important, and yeah, that's my thoughts.
Okay, now let's go back to Jeneé. Jeneé, can you finish your thought from before we got rudely interrupted by this Mason?
I can't even remember what the thought was. What were we speaking about?
Well, you were talking about trust, but all right. So let's do this. Do about a minute on that, and then we're gonna get into the speed round right now. So
Okay.
yeah.
I don't even know about trust. I think that who was speaking before when I wanted to interject? I think it was Billy Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was about if you want to sell something and you don't believe in it yourself, then how are you actually going to sell that? And when you are authentically yourself, that is when, let's say, the magic unfolds, because you are being true to who you are. And to go back right in the beginning, when we first started, you said that the earth was the mask. Majority of the people that are living right now on this planet have massive masks on. And they're unable to take them off because they're afraid of judgment, and they're afraid that they won't be loved. Truth, to go back to the truth, we are here to live our truth. So every single one of us has a story. Every single person has a story. And those people that write books, those people that direct movies, those people that write scripts, the people that create music, the people that create paintings, they are speaking their truth through creativity. So I think that to go back to just being authentic is how you will thrive in anything that you do.
Okay.
That
Now
wasn't what I wanted to say, but that just came to my mind now.
it doesn't matter what you want. It doesn't matter what
It
you.
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Now you wonder why a married woman is phoning you, hey?
I don't know.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So 30 seconds to 1 minute answers now. All right. This
Okay.
is gonna be a good one for you. This is gonna benefit everybody. How would you build a sales organization for your product or business with trust included, that people trust each other within it? Anybody?
Well, the
Okay.
model I'm working on is I over deliver so much that my clients become raving fans, and that means that they tell their friends and family and bring their friends and family forward. So I don't need a marketing system. I mean, I do, however, the necessity of that is way reduced, because the more raving fans I have, the more the sales process is done, because they have instantaneous know, like, and trust, because their friend said, you should call my buddy Billy Joe. He can help you become healthy and lose the weight.
So that's referral network sales. We have a system of referral sales. So yeah, that's one way of doing it. Another way would be to actually hire commission salespeople, on commission. So, but either one is correct. Who wants to go next?
Me.
Go ahead, Jeneé.
To build an organization based off of trust and to have that organization thrive and to grow, I do believe that you need to help one another. How am I helping you, and how are you helping me? If you cannot do that, then your organization will not grow. So if you have an organization, let's say dance studio, which is something that I've had, you have teachers in different genres. You've got ballet, contemporary, acrobatics, hip hop, name them all. That teacher, you want to make that teacher get to where you are. You each want to keep getting better and better and level up. It's like you want them to become the best versions of that they can be, and you want them to thrive in doing what they love. And that's how you'll build an organization, is having a team or people in your organization that are doing things that are to their strongest ability and that are helping them to become better every day.
Okay, let's go to Luke.
Yes. I think that particularly with sales, it's about, first off, you have to find people that you can that are both qualified and that you can trust to be those sales people, because we want to make sure that everyone is comfortable with our with salespeople. We don't want a salesperson that is going to make others uncomfortable. That's not good for that's not good for any kind of business that you're running, and you wouldn't want it yourself. So you want to get qualified and people you can trust, and then after that, it's about how you organize it. Now it's about making sure that things are structured. People are reporting on on the sales they've got. They know how to get people to to go to whatever you're trying to sell, whether it's a place or something online. That's how you do it, by having that structure as well. Because once you get that organization with that trust and those sales, once you get them together, you have success, and it's amazing. Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do a quick role play. 1 minute sale. All right, Billy, you're the salesman, and then who wants to be the prospect?
I'll be the prospect.
Jeneé's the prospect, and then Luke, you're the wingman. So,
Perfect.
Billy, you're over here. Jeneé is a maybe. Maybe she's interested in your diet, on your weight product, your weight loss product, and then now go.
So Jeneé, please tell me what brings you to me. What's going on?
Apparently, I need to lose weight.
Tell me more.
Sorry. So what brings me to you is I feel very uncomfortable in my skin, and I just want to feel better.
And so tell me more about what that feel better would look like for you.
The feel better would be confident, and I am comfortable in my own skin, comfortable around people, and confident.
If you were confident and comfortable around people, what would that do for you?
What would it do for me?
How would that make you feel?
It would make me feel great.
And what would that mean about you? Tell me more.
Who's selling here? Are you selling? What would make it feel?
What would that mean for you? If you
What
felt
would it mean?
Meaning, what would that mean? He's removing the layers of your mask.
Okay. I see you, Big Joe. I believe that it would make me feel whole.
And if you felt whole, what would that mean about you yourself?
That I am thriving
So if you
in
could,
life, in this moment.
if you could have a program that helped you get to where you're thriving, you feel vibrantly healthy, would it be interesting to you to explore your options?
Absolutely.
And if those options included a program that helped you get in touch with feeling better, having more energy, feeling vivacious, attractive, and able to appear and look good in all situations, would that be of interest to you?
It would be of interest to me. But can you promise that I will feel that way?
I have many clients who report very much similar. I have clients who shoveled their neighbors' walks despite disabilities because they lost 70, 80 pounds and had the energy to do it. Clients who have mowed their neighbor's lawn. Clients who now walk with their husbands who previously couldn't. Clients who tell me that they had these miraculous turnarounds in their health, and now they show up at work and their boss goes, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. So I'm
then sign me
confident
up.
you would get what you're looking for.
You're a great salesman.
Yeah, she's ready.
For someone who doesn't even need to lose the weight afterwards.
Yeah, she's
That's
ready.
the best part. When you get done losing the weight, everything you're going to learn from me develops longevity and health span. So you get to enjoy your longevity
Yes.
and have a lifestyle.
And that long-term impact is gonna help have you a better of the rest of your life. That you're gonna go into the rest of your life
I'm gonna be so
happier and
confident.
healthier.
Yes.
Yeah. Now that's a good wingman right there. Okay, Meenakshi, now give him an objection.
Janie, you don't need to lose weight.
I love
Losing is the rate of others' opinion.
However, she may not need to lose weight, but I guarantee that she can become more vibrantly healthy, show up even better, and have the longevity that at her age, those numbers currently are showing that with best longevity practices, which is what I teach, that actually helps heal your body so you drop the weight, she may be looking at 140 or 150 years lifespan and do it healthy, not be going, where's the pills, for 30 years.
Jenny, what would you do alone if all your friends die at the age of 70? You'd be all alone.
Me? I'd be fine. I've been in solitude already, so I love being alone. At think if you can love being alone, if you can truly love being by yourself, then you've won at life.
That actually makes you more attractive.
Yes.
It means you don't spend much time alone.
Jeneé, you can have a longer, happier, healthier life only by meditating and practicing breathing exercise just 10 minutes a day.
Okay,
I
that's
already
it.
do.
That's it. That's
I
a.
already do.
That's a. No, wait. That's a sales pitch right there. Cause she does breath work and meditation. So. Ah.
Brings breathwork and meditation into the teachings I give people for the longevity of vibrant health.
Everyone's selling now.
Yes. Okay, that's good. All right. So who wants to do an objection to what Meenakshi said, and Meenakshi overcome the objection? You can do it. She said you can do. Repeat that, Meenakshi. You could about the breath work.
I already breathe. Okay, I've been alive 60 years. Why do I need breath work?
There's a difference. You are breathing unconsciously. The conscious breathing can help you feel calmer. If you breathe unconsciously, you don't know whether you're operating from sympathetic nervous system, whether your cortisol levels are okay or not. But when you do conscious breathing, you can ensure that your cortisol levels are down, which means the blood sugar in your organs, internal organs, is lower. And on top of that, you can ensure that your rest and digest, sympathetic nervous system is activated. And you know what? Most of the physical and mental recovery happens during your sleep.
So if I have to consciously breathe when I'm asleep, I'm unconsciously breathing. How is that going to benefit me?
How is that going to benefit you? So if you sleep better, definitely your body will recover. Not just physically, but mentally. Which means in every 7 weeks, your body, your internal organs are replacing themselves. So technically, after every 7 weeks, you're a new person, provided if you have 8 hours of sleep. And how well you sleep, it depends on your cortisol levels and your hormones, serotonin, melatonin, and your dopamine level. So if you're not breathing consciously, probably you're doing the right diet, right exercise. But the third pillar to healthier, happier, and have that longevity in your life is sleep.
Okay, now Luke says, okay, I don't care about that. I need you to join my student government organization. And then Jeneé, you don't want to join. Luke, what do you say?
Okay, so
What's a student government organization?
So student government, some of the things that we do is that we're the voice for the student body at Indian River State College, which is an incredible college. It is 94%
Why
of
must I
students
join
leave
the
debt
student?
free.
Why must I join this? Why must I join it? How is it going to help me?
It's going to help you because it's going to develop it's going to develop you as a leader, develop your public speaking skills. You can go to
What if I'm
fun events.
I won public speaking throughout my whole high school career.
Then practice makes perfect. Then if you're already good at public speaking in high school, then why would you not try to keep up that skill throughout the rest of your life? Skills aren't static, you know. You can have this experience from high school, but still there's still a value in keeping on building that public speaking experience, and you'll find that no matter how much experience you have, you're always improving.
Do I have to join this? Do I need to?
Well, you don't have to, but it is something that will benefit you in the future. It is something that will make your college experience more fun all around because it helps students become more successful in school, because once you have something to latch onto, once you have something to get good grades for, it's a motivate. And so it's incredible to be a part of student government, and then you meet also these incredible people that all have this desire.
What if people judge me for being a part of student government? What if people judge me?
Well, then what are they judging you for? Well, I would if at that point if they're judging you, you know, then you should tell them, hey, we're we're helping people. We're helping people. We're doing all these community service projects. We're doing all these different things to make people's lives better. So when you're judging student government here in your River State College, a lot of it's good to have criticism. Criticism's great, but if you're just saying that student government is stupid and shouldn't exist, then that's just wrong. Then that's just wrong, because it really has so much value. We take a lot of
How long have you been on the student government?
I'm gonna go into my
How long
second
have you been
year.
on the student government organization?
Let
Okay.
me be your wingman, Luke.
Oh yeah, I would appreciate that. Since April
You quote Bill
of
Robbins on criticism? Let them, because here's what you'll gain as student government. You're going to gain connections and a network with people who are influential, who will benefit you for your lifetime, because those connections lead to other connections, lead to other connections. People who take action get in touch with people who get things done. And proximity is power. And proximity doesn't mean you're next to the president. However, knowing people who can get you next to the president is true power, because those people have influence, and they can bring you to places of influence and allow you to be of influence and show you how it's done. That's why I would join student government.
Yes, and also it teaches you leadership and organization. You learn how to be a leader, and you learn how to organize people and be a part of an organization, which will relate directly to the corporate world. If you want to be a part, or if you want to start your own business, you will know like how to shape things. So, okay, last question here.
Was I really good, like mean person?
You were terrible. You were terrible.
Yeah.
You were completely.
Pushing.
You were horrible.
Nice. It was nice. Yeah. I appreciate that a
It's
lot.
good to get those. It's good to get those harder questions to be able to answer.
Okay, last
Able to
question.
Answer it quite quickly.
Last question. Jeneé, stop interrupting. Jeneé,
I'm sorry.
Jesus. What's your one sales promise to yourself this week? Choose a micro action. Follow up, pitch, post, invite, offer, clarity. What's your one sales promise to yourself this week?
Are you asking me?
And anybody, you can go, or anybody.
Alright.
Yeah, just. What's your one sales promise to yourself this week?
Mine is going to be invite more people to my masterclasses, my free resources, 5-day challenges, and one-to-one challenges. Because if you can give people a flavor of experience, could be just a little bit, which makes a micro-millimeter dent in their life, they will know that what exactly you do. And if you are selling transformation specifically, your brain is going to resist a lot if they don't know what it is doing to your brain actually. So you have to give them that, a little bit of experience of that transformation, so that their brain is prepared and they know that, yes, this would change me. So invite more people to experience what I do.
Okay, let's keep it short because we're out of time already. All right, who's next?
I think.
My promise. Oh, okay.
Jesus, Jeneé.
Sorry. My promise is to keep growing, keep improving, and I think that this podcast here today has been a step in that. Honestly, I've learned a lot from this experience, and so that's my goal, to keep growing, to keep changing, to keep improving.
Jiminy Crickets. Go ahead, Jeneé.
I'm not talking anymore. So my promise to myself this week is to reach out to the viewers that I do have on a lifestyle project that I'm working on, and ask them if what I have been sharing has aided in any growth in their personal life, professional life, relationship life, and ask for feedback. Instead of just sharing, I want to connect and do it individually.
Billy Joe.
My promise to myself is to be authentically connected to those who are around me and those I meet, to come through with full vulnerability so that they can see what it is that I can do to benefit them and to serve their life.
All right. All right, so Meenakshi, can you do your thing And would you lead us in a visualization exercise on the conversation today so that we can take this gold and wear it into our week or our weekend, and then take it to next week and work, make us successful, like Luke says.
A lot of money. Will I get a 50% cut?
Yes, everybody, we're gonna pass the plate, offering plate, so everybody can put in the money for you.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. Okay. We'll start by sitting comfortably. Yeah. Close your eyes, and we will begin by taking 3 deep breaths. Inhale very slowly. Exhale from your mouth. Be completely, fully present here as you breathe in. Inhale very slowly. Exhale one last time. Inhale through your nose and very slowly exhale from your mouth. Imagine the version of you which people trust. Trust that you are going to change their life. Your course, your program, your podcast, and your student organization is going to change their life. Have that confidence. Embody that person within you who can transfer that trust and belief into your life. Attract your ideal client. Who do you want as your ideal client? Somebody who's struggling to lose weight, somebody who's struggling with self-confidence, people who want to be public speakers, someone who is in search of answers, one interested in deep conversation. Who is your ideal client? Find them, and once you find them, promise yourself the trust that you want to transfer into your clients. You will have that trust in each and every. Show up with that trust, with that confidence every day. Step into that version of yourself today who's confident that your clients are going to trust you and you are going to deliver results to the best possible capability of yours. Whenever you're ready, step into that avatar of yours. Embody that. Start living that personality from today. And whenever you're ready, come back to the room. Oh, how do you feel?
Take this energy with you to your day, and I'll see you on the next one.